Hey cowboys, cowgirls, and cowfolks. Happy International Women's Day and welcome back to another episode of Austin Underground. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Andres. In today's episode, Lili will talk about her Conan Gray concert experience, and we'll give some crucial South by Southwest advice, give you the best artists to check out next week, and we'll go into a hot topic here at AU. What is a sellout? Before we get into it, roll the intro.
As always, let's start with some music news. Pop icon Dua Lipa has been hit with a second lawsuit over chart topper Levitating. This comes less than a week after she was hit with a lawsuit where a disco group claims that Dua copied their 1980s song Wiggle and Giggle All Night. And Don Diablo, the first group to claim Dua Lipa stole their song, is Florida reggae group Article Sound System and their 2017 song Live Your Life.
Sweet Caroline singer-songwriter Neil Diamond has sold his entire catalog to Universal Music. Universal Music also said that they have obtained the rights to his recordings. In addition to his released songs, the deal included over 100 unreleased songs, an unreleased album, and archival footage, according to the New York Times.
After 21 years, John Mayer has left Columbia Records, where he released 8 studio albums under the label. He announced on his Instagram that he decided to not renew his contract with the record label. In the statement posted on Instagram, Mayer said that he believes his best work lies ahead of him and that he loves music more than ever.
If you're going to a concert in New York City anytime soon, you will no longer have to show proof of vaccination. The mandate was removed yesterday. The individual venues can still choose whether or not to have guests show proof of vaccination or to wear masks when inside.
Look out, gamers. The Red Hot Chili Peppers song Californication off their 7th album has been turned into a video game. The developers of the game said that players expect 7 levels, each one having different game mechanics. The game is available on Windows and Mac computers.
Compton rapper The Game said on the podcast Drink Champs that he thinks he is a better rapper than Eminem and would go up against him in a versus battle. One of the podcast hosts tried to advise him against a rap battle with Eminem, but The Game is confident that he could take on the Detroit rapper. The Game is also featured on Ye West's new song, EZ, so you can check it out and see for yourself if you think The Game would win against Eminem in a rap battle.
Now, let's go to Lili, who will tell us about her Conan Gray concert experience.
Hey everyone, it's Lili here in the Cozy Corner. I went to Conan Gray last Monday at the Moody Theater, and it was a super great time. I mean, I love Conan Gray. He's one of my favorite artists, so it was such a treat to be able to go see him in concert. So I went with one of my best friends that I met here at UT, and we had a really great time. The opener was Bulo. She's like a German indie artist. You might know her song You and Jennifer, which got really popular on TikTok last year, and her songs actually had quite a lot of range. She was playing a lot of like rock influenced songs, some country influenced songs. She had some acoustic songs. So I am really into her now. I've been listening to her a lot ever since then. She had some really great music, some really good music to just like dance to around in your room. And I thought she did a really great performance. She was really good with the crowd. She was really sweet, I felt like. And I just think that the crowd was not passing the vibe check. Like, my friend and I were the only people dancing during her set, and she had some really good songs to dance to, and nobody was dancing. Everybody was talking during her set, and I was just so confused because Austin usually has really great crowds at concerts, but I don't know what was happening. But otherwise, Bulo was a really great opener for Conan. And when Conan came on, everybody went wild, of course. I mean, he's become super popular over the pandemic, especially with being besties with Olivia Rodrigo. He is just in the spotlight right now, and he was a great performer. He actually had really great stage design. He had this like big screen at the beginning of the performance. It was a crow in a cage, just like in his album, Kid Crow, which he was performing. That's his tour that he's performing on. And so it was this crow in a cage, and over a few minutes, the crow started getting restless, and finally at the climax, it burst out of the cage, and where it burst up from the screen, Conan appeared, and he started into Wish You Were Sober, and it was incredible. It was, he was such a great performer. I mean, he's just like how he is online, you know, super funny, very Gen Z. He was making lots of jokes with the audience, getting really personal with the audience too. When he played the story, it was really sweet. He started tearing up at the end because it's a really personal song for him. And the whole crowd just like cheered him on and was there to support him. And even if they weren't passing the vibe check for Bulo, they definitely did for Conan. So that was a really sweet moment, and he had a ton of great sets. He had this one set where he was in his bedroom, like the screen opened up, and it was like a bedroom set, and that's where he sung The Cut That Always Bleeds, and that was a great performance. And yeah, throughout the set, he was interacting with the audience a bunch. He even sang happy birthday to a girl in the crowd. One of her friends had a sign up that said, it's Katie's like 15th birthday, and the whole crowd sung happy birthday to him. And then he finished off with Maniac, and of course we wouldn't let him go without singing Heather. So he came back on stage for Heather. He even did like a whole outfit change, and then papers flew down from the sky that was like letters from a journal. And it was a magical performance. I'm so glad I got to see Conan in concert. And yeah, I really hope to see him again, and I'm really excited for him. So yeah, back to the hosts.
Wow. It's a lot of fun. We'll be right back after these commercials. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Let's tune in to Nastasia and Lili, who have the most helpful tips for surviving South by Southwest.
Hi guys. So as you probably know, South by Southwest is going to be happening next week.
Yeah.
And if you guys are going, we want to prepare you for the chaos and the fun that all South by will be later on.
Yeah, and it's really great that it's going to be during our spring break, which coincided perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. That means you have a ton of time off to go and see whatever you want to see, and there's a lot to see. There's music, there's technology, and there's film.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to choose wisely and plan your week out, and I think that's one of our tips, is to really look at the schedule and actually see what you want to see and put it into your Google Calendar, into your Notes app, whatever, so that you can see everything that you want to see within your week.
Yeah, it's going to be over 10 days, so there's a ton of stuff going on. Like Nastasia said, there's going to be film, there's going to be music, and then there's like a section called interactive media, which is pretty much like everything else. So there's going to be like video games and like photography and all this different stuff. So I would definitely do your research, know what you want to go see, plan out your week, because it's kind of a different sort of festival. It's like really unique. Nothing like regular film festivals or music festivals, since it's so broad and how much it covers.
Yeah, there's also a lot of conferences. So if you're interested in seeing people speak, like in particular if you really love Lizzo or if you really love Japanese Breakfast, like those are two musicians who are going to be speaking rather than performing. So if you would love to hear them talk, I would recommend finding out when their set is and looking into that.
Yeah, and I love that they do this sort of unique thing where you wouldn't really usually get to hear them talk about like their journeys and all this different stuff. So
yeah, definitely. And just as for like some general South by tips, we wanted to say parking is going to be insane.
Yes.
So if you can, take the bus, maybe take an Uber, even though it would be a bit expensive.
Take
just
a
do what you
scooter.
can. Do anything. Just you're not going to have a place to park, is
No.
what we're telling you. So don't take your car.
Yeah.
And of course, wear sunscreen. Get you
Yes.
some water.
Drink lots of water, hydrate.
There's going to be some cool food trucks probably. I'm sure they're expensive, but you know, Austin's known for their food trucks. So especially if you're not from Austin originally, you might want to try some food trucks. If not, bring some snacks. You may be there for a while. It's
Yeah.
going to be tiring, so wear something comfortable.
Yes, all of the above. Make sure you're as comfortable as possible so you don't ruin the experience. Because I feel like if you're tired, if you're thirsty, if you're hungry, you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, definitely. And with the weather being so back and forth lately, like just bring an umbrella. Just prepare
Yeah.
for the weather to change. I think that's just something you need to know in
Yeah.
Texas in general. And it may be cold. It's been cold for the past few days, so I would expect cold weather at least for a few days of South by. So that's that.
Yeah, definitely bring a light sweater, nothing too heavy that you're going to be trying to carry around. Try to pack light, but pack smart.
Definitely. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I would say make sure you go with like a good group of people that is going to be down for kind of whatever. It's sort of, you never know what's really going to happen. You do need passes to go to South by.
You do, but there's a lot of free stuff.
Yes. Make sure you know where the free stuff is
yes,
at.
Back to our earlier point, if you schedule everything right, you can go to the free festivals. And I know Mount Joy is going to have a free festival. There's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff in the weekend mostly.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for free stuff, I would try to do that. And it's probably first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but maybe.
Yeah. So plan out your week, stay hydrated, be safe, get good transportation, like we said. just
Definitely.
no
Transportation
parking.
is huge. That could like make or break your day, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And just be prepared for anything. Have your survival kit with you.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for you guys. Let's go back to the host.
So helpful. I know I'll be taking their advice. Next, we have Caitlin and Zamea, and with the artists you need to check out during your adventures at South by.
Hey! So, who do you want to go see at South by?
I want to go see La Doña, which is she's an artist from California, which she just like is just singing from like her female gaze and like her like brown woman gaze, and it's so like representful to me especially, and I bet like with so many people here in Austin, and I'm so excited to like go see her possibly, and like just like feeling her like just like with her music too, like it's so amazing. It's so amazing. I mean, like just listened to it this past week and I was like, wait, this
Hold
is so
on.
good.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about hip hop, but I spoke to an artist from Mexico City. Her name is Himbo, and she does like R&B, like hip hop kind of, but also she's Latina, so it's like in Spanish. It's about like women and stuff, and so I feel like you were talking about that, and I was like, oh, this is very much the same vibe.
Yes.
Her show, like her time hasn't been determined yet last time that I checked, but I spoke to her. She's really nice. You can tell she's incredibly passionate about her music. So if you like La Doña, you would
Yes.
probably like Himbo as well.
Yes, and La Doña is performing on March 17th, I believe. I'm not sure of like where, but it is March 17th. Anyone else that you're looking forward to seeing?
I want to go see Laundry Day. I recently discovered them when I was perusing through the lineup at
Yes.
South by, and I was like, that's an interesting band name. And then so I went to them. Their website was very like quirky, very arty. So I was like, I have to see.
I have to go.
I have to see what this is about. It's very like indie alt rock kind of vibes.
Yes.
So if you like that kind of stuff,
I love that.
Laundry Day. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember where they're playing, but it's really late. I think it's at like 12:40 a.m. is one of their shows. So if you're a night bird, if you like alt indie rock, Laundry Day might be someone you want to check out. But also, Black Star Kids, they're kind of like punky R&B. Like they take a bunch of
Yes, that's
different
so
like
cool.
influences, and they're from Kansas Kansas, like
Okay.
Missouri City.
That's so juxtaposing.
Yeah, so it's very interesting, like where they're from versus like the music they make.
Yes.
So I'm very interested to see what they do
Yes.
too.
That's so exciting. I love like the punk scene. It's like very much reemerging. So that's so exciting to go see. I also want to go see the Tiaras, which is an Austin-based band here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
They are from, they went to my old high school, Ann Richards, and they are the coolest three group of like brown women in the world. They are absolute queens. They are like the Tiaras. They are, they're performing on March 19th on Saturday, and be there or be square because it is so fun. They will like amaze you. But yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like we have a pretty good, pretty diverse setup. So
Yes.
check out those artists. Go to the South by website if you want to see who else is playing. But that's all we have for you guys. Back for the house.
What a great variety. I'll definitely have to check out all those amazing artists after these commercials. We'll be discussing what is sellout. Stay tuned.
Oh, something we have been passionately discussing at AU is what exactly a sellout is. To answer some of our questions, we have Samaya, Livia, and Drew with their thoughts.
And we made this Venn diagram with our 3 sellout categories. So if it makes money, it's like a different type of music, and if fans hate it. So
is Drake.
I know you have hot opinions on Drake.
I think he's a sellout because he literally he over the course of the past few years he's lost like all sense of artistry, and he just kind of goes with whatever the flavor of the month is, whether that's trap, dance hall, things like that. So I personally think he's a sellout because I don't think he's true to his core.
I can see that, yeah.
I don't know much about Drake at all, but I guess I'll agree.
I personally don't think so, but I can see the argument, so I think that's fine. That's fair.
Okay, we can put him in the middle. Okay, our next artist was Panic at the Disco, who I think we all agreed was like a perfect sellout example.
hmm
I don't know much about them, but
Yeah, I know they made like emo rock and emo pop, and then just went like full like, ever since like Death of a Bachelor, it's just all been like pop music for like top 40 radios. So I think that's like the ultimate sellout right there.
Right, yeah.
I do know of High Hopes, the
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg song.
Okay. Our next artist is the Jonas Brothers.
Mm.
I never listened to the Jonas Brothers,
I
but
haven't either.
Yeah,
The
I
fact-
mean they've always been kind of like in the teen pop realm. Like there's not
Yeah.
really much to unpack with the
I mean, I
Jonas
guess they were
Brothers.
never really a real band.
I think
but-
it's like if you're from like a Disney show, I don't think that like qualifies you as a sellout because you're already pushed to like
Yeah.
make pop music. So,
Yeah.
But them coming back, does that make them like?
but they're already like really rich.
So
So-
would you want to put it in just fans hate it? That they're
Their fans don't really hate it.
Yeah,
though.
it's
like the fact that they're back. Do people like it? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Do they have new music? Do y'all know?
I don't.
I know they released a single with Marshmello.
Oh, okay.
I
That
did not
was
know that.
I thought that was all right, but you know,
So
it could be just like a different sound or
okay,
something.
we could put it in that one.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Okay, our next artist is Weezer.
Oh boy. Well, go ahead.
They're a sellout.
I think, yeah.
Like, Blue Album is such a good album in Pinkerton, but I think after, like, the Green Album, I think it just went all, like, downhill from there. Personally, that's, like, my opinion. Sorry. But,
He
like,
has to do a lot of covers nowadays.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have like a whole cover album?
They have a whole cover album.
That's
yeah.
weird. Like, for a major band to do that is very strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's sellout. That's
definitely a
where, yeah.
sellout.
Yeah. So let's just put that in the middle.
Our next artist is Big Time Rush. Again, not much of a real band, but the fact that they came back and they're going on tour again. I know some people were saying like they just need more money.
Yeah, so I guess that's like
That's
they,
like-
they make money. I've never seen anyone hate on Big Time Rush. I mean,
Right.
I personally.
That
like
just
them.
makes
Yeah.
that just makes money. So,
Yeah, right.
So, you can just
makes
put that
money.
right there. Yeah.
Green Day is the next one. I think like they're in the same category as Weezer somewhat with like their
Yeah.
newest album.
They did a whole like I believe their latest album is Father of All.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, that was very weird. That was. Did you guys see the advertisements they put up for it where they were like?
Oh, it was like no
100%.
Swedish producers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so weird.
I don't think that's like sellout territory because I think just trying something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that album is more like garage rock instead of like their pop punk days.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a different sound. But I don't know about y'all.
It gave me somewhat like pandering to like trends for young people nowadays
Yeah.
vibes. But I don't know if the music they genuinely like or not. I know the album was like just barely met the like time requirements of an album, which was kind of weird. It
Yeah,
was
it's more like an EP or something.
yeah, like they were like, oh, we need something, 30 minutes exactly. But I don't know. I didn't like the album, but I don't know if
Everyone
they did.
hated it.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. So
So what do you guys? Just fans
Fans
hate
hate
it.
Yeah. first one on that.
Yeah. Okay. Our next one is Ed Sheeran, a
Oh, boy.
decisive artist.
Oh, Ed Sheeran.
I mean, I definitely think the talent is there.
Mhm.
I just don't like how I don't know. I feel like he's pandering nowadays. Like his
Yeah.
latest single, "Bad Habits," was very like a pseudo dance track, and it was just I don't know. There was just no passion behind it.
It just feels very commercial.
Yeah.
I know this is Ed Sheeran's a very hot topic with AU staff members, but I feel my personal opinion is I think he's a sellout.
Yeah, like that's something you would hear at like a Forever 21 playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really like.
So
We'll put him in the sellout section. Okay. And then Maroon 5. I don't know if Maroon 5 is...
I've never heard someone call themselves like a fan of Maroon 5.
I know.
I have.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
I can totally see the appeal for their music. I think after their first album, I think they just went completely commercial. But they still have some good songs. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. So
Maybe they're just like different kind of music.
just like a different sound. Yeah. So I would put that in different sound.
Okay. And then next would be Katy Perry.
I haven't heard her new stuff, but her old stuff was really good. Teenage Dream was amazing.
I just see people hating on her a lot.
Yeah,
Really?
I just see fans hate it. Yeah.
Probably just fans hate it. Okay, so this is our Venn diagram, and these are all of our sellouts or not sellouts for this panel. Back to the hosts.
What a discussion. It was definitely interesting with many hot takes.
That's all we have for this episode. Make sure to check out our website and our social media for the latest content. Until next time, bye.
Bye.